To estimate two mixed numbers in addition or subtraction, we're going to be focusing on addition. So we're going to start with 4 and 5/6 plus 2 and 3/8. I've drawn two number lines. This is one strategy that you can use to estimate mixed numbers. So let's focus on the very first number, 4 and 5/6. The first thing you need to think about is what two whole numbers would 4 and 5/6 fall between. It would fall between 4 and 5, with 4 1/2 being in the middle. Now what we need to do is we need to look at the fraction. In 4 and 5/6, you need to look at how many pieces are in a whole. You need to do that by looking at the denominator of the fraction, since that represents how many pieces are in a whole. In our first number, the denominator is 6. So that's telling us there are 6 pieces in a whole. So 4, the number 4 in our number line, will be represented as 4 in 0/6, since that is equivalent to 4, since you have 4 wholes in 0 out of 6 pieces. If you scroll down the number line and look at the 5 will be equivalent to 4 in 6/6, since 6 out of 6 pieces is an additional whole, which you can then add onto the 4 wholes that you already have. So 4 and 1/2, now we need to determine how many sixths would be equivalent to 1/2. Since 3 is half of 6, we know that 4 and 3/6 would represent the same mixed number as 4 and 1/2. Now we have 4 and 0/6, 4 and 3/6, and 4 and 6/6. So they all have fractions within the mixed number that have the same denominator. The next part is now looking at how many pieces we have. We're looking at the numerator, which shows us how many pieces we have. 4 and 5/6. Will 5/6 fall between 0 and 3? Or will it fall between 3 and 6? Looking at the numerator 5. If you were to count 0/6, 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, and 6/6, would 5/6 be closer to 3? Or would it be closer to 6? Since it's 2 numbers away from 3 and only 1 number away from 6, we know that 4 and 5/6 would be closer to 4/6, which is equivalent to the number 5. Now let's look at the second number, 2 and 3/8. What two whole numbers does 2 and 3/8 fall between? 2 and 3/8 falls between 2 and 3, with 2 and 1/2 in the middle. Okay, so now again, we're going to be focusing on that second number's denominator, 8. If our whole is 2, that means 2 and 0/8 is equivalent to the number 2, because you have 2 wholes in 0 out of 8 pieces. If we scroll back down the number line to 3, we know that 2 and 8/8 is equivalent to 3, because you have 8 out of 8 pieces, which adds an additional whole to the 2 we already have. Now we need to determine the equivalent mixed number for 2 and 1/2 with 8 as the denominator. We need to think in our head, what is half of 8 that the numerator must be? Half of 8 is 4, so 2 and 4/8 is equivalent to 2 and 1/2. Okay, so now what we're going to look at is how many pieces we have in that fraction. And we have 3 pieces. Are 3 pieces going to fall between 0 and 4 pieces, or between 4 and 8 pieces? Well, if we count on our number line, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we know that 0/8, 1/8, 2/8, and 3/8 would fall about there. Since 3/8 is 1, 2, 3 numbers away from 0/8, and only 1 number away from 4/8, we know that 2 and 3/8 estimated would be closer to 2 and 4/8, or its equivalent form of 2 and 1/2. So now what we need to do is we need to take our numbers that we've rounded to, 5 and 2 and 1/2. And we need to add those two together to find our total estimate. Our two whole numbers are 5 plus 2, which equals 7. And when we have 1/2 remaining. So our estimate of 4 and 5/6 plus 2 and 3/8 is 7 and 1/2.